Hello, everybody. This is Dr. Cynthia Smith. This is the Intuitive Hypnotherapy Podcast. I am both an intuitive and I'm a hypnotherapist, chiropractor, and acupuncturist, overall do-gooder, as you've heard. And the Intuitive Hypnotherapy Podcast I've created to bring a little love, a little light into the world, to shed some light on issues that we have. You get to listen to the chat of my particular spin on things and my teachings and how I believe this work can help you. And then I conclude each episode with a healing meditation and or hypnosis session. And today's topic is healing through or healing after betrayal. And I haven't wanted to do this one because, as you all may know, this podcast is semi-autobiographical. It's also semi-experiential. Folks that I've encountered, people that have crossed my paths. And as an out-of-control healer, I'm like, I'm going to record something to help this individual. And today that individual is me. And as I have been sitting in meditation and thinking about the various different times that I have been betrayed, I'm certain in the circle of life, I've probably betrayed someone in some form or fashion, and I apologize and I will try to do better. And if you're listening and if there's something that come up, I'm happy to own my shit. But for today's episode, I'm going to share a few episodes that have come up recently. One of which is, it happened recently, but it's happened many, many times in the past. And as a small business owner, you know, we're scraping by, right? If you steal a pen from me, it was like, I had to earn the money to buy that pen. So that hurts. And when I've paid you for a job and then you haven't done the job, yet accepted the paycheck, that is such a betrayal because two things. I've offloaded a task to someone that I trusted, and then I trusted that you did the work, that you signed a contract saying that you would do, and that you would do it to the specifications that we've gone over, and that you have the integrity to check all the boxes that we agreed upon without me having to micromanage you and check your work. And but here's the thing, if you're going to screw somebody, like they're going to eventually find out. So for my faithful listeners, and I'm so sorry that this one impacts you, and I create these meditations, these podcast episodes, these YouTube episodes. And my tagline early on was come for the chat, stay for the healing. In other words, you'll have the talk portion of the episode, the conversation part, and then I'll do a healing on whatever topic that is. And so I hired someone to segment just the meditation part for those of you that you already heard the conversation, maybe you just want to jump in and do the meditation again. Thank you very much for doing that. So I've been going back through and listening to old episodes, and I don't know quite how this individual made it work because the time is definitely shorter, on the uploaded file. But in a file or an episode that says meditation only, it's supposed to be just the meditation. You're not supposed to hear the conversation. And so I was heartbroken to discover that I paid someone handsomely to splice these episodes so that you all could have the full episode and just the meditation episode. So that hurts because now I have to go and check all of the work for all of the stuff. And the betrayal in that it hurts. Not just that you lied, not that you lack integrity, but now it makes extra work for me. And I expressed before, I'm irregular putting these out anyway, simply because I do work for myself and I'm providing care and I'm providing acupuncture. I still have some health hiccups that I'm dealing with. And when I've paid someone to do something and then I find out that they said that they did and they turned in a timesheet only to find out, yeah, they actually didn't do the job. So I feel betrayed and hurt, and and when you use stuff that you have a login for, then it's additional work because now I got to change all the logins and I got to block this person. But with that being said, the other more recent episode is I was renting a room to provide acupuncture and hypnotherapy from, and the heading of this would be, how do you tell someone they're not welcome without saying you're not welcome? So I had talked to an individual, colleague of mine, for a couple of years about sharing space with her and having it. I even spent many, many hours trying to help her find office space. And man, I found some awesome ones, only to find out that, like, no, I found it in her budget, fell on first floor, did all the things. And I even found her a realtor to help her find her office space. And finally, I was like, I can't, because every time I pitch an idea, it gets punted. So, so after all that, then she rings me up and says, oh, hey, I found a place. And I'm like, okay. She goes, would you like to have lunch? And so we had a lengthy lunch, talked about all the things. And at this time I was renting out of a suite of suites, uniquely for therapists. And it's, you rent by the hour. It was a great thing, except it was giving me anxiety because I had to cut my people off at an hour. And, in my universe, sometimes the story just goes long. The caveat of that is I tend to be too generous with my time, and then people, not all, some are very generous, and thank you very much to those that are, but some just take advantage, and it's a 2-hour sesh, and then they pay me, for a 1-hour sesh, no tip. And that's on me. That's on me. That's it. But having a space where I could offer additional time, or without having to be out, plus having a space where I could also provide acupuncture care, because I did want to do that. And so this individual, and I don't know, she's not listening, but so she rents this space. And I don't know if any of this is true. I didn't bet any of it. I trusted her because I've known her for 14 years. And I was, honest to God, we had traded treatment more. I was her patient for 9 years. So I trusted the gal. And so, so she decides, she finally gets a space, and it's right across from John Wayne Airport, which, as you can imagine, has airplanes flying over it a lot. And you know, it didn't seem so bad at the beginning, but then I'm in a hypnosis session, and then there'd be a helicopter like buzzing over right in the middle of quiet time. Like, this is not good. It was a beautiful office, just not the best location for hypnosis. It was actually okay for acupuncture because, you know, the airplanes could kind of be like white noise, and it was pretty decently insulated. But the how do you tell someone they're not welcome without saying they're not welcome? So this space has this giant waiting room. And if you go on my Google, you can see pictures. I haven't taken them down yet. I'm still trying to get re-verified from Google. And these three teeny tiny treatment rooms. And in the healthcare business, you don't make any money with the waiting room, right? Unless you're offering paid workshops or something like this. The money is in the treatment rooms, right? So you want to have most of your real estate, you know, your rent, you know, useful for you to, you know, earn your income. And so these three tiny waiting rooms. And so when I saw the building, I was like, well, maybe this isn't going to work, you know, because if you need 2 acupuncture rooms and a chiro room, there's your 3 rooms. Like, where are you going to put me? And I was ready to walk away at the time. And she was like, no, maybe just come by and see it, and maybe we can work something out. So ended up working a deal where we had the second acupuncture room set up so we could convert it. I bought 2 small recliners, and we could push those to the side in the acupuncture, which is how I have my new room set up. But like, I tried to bring some stuff in, you know, to be helpful. Um, you know, supplies, cotton balls, table paper, needles. And she was like, mm-mm. I even brought a shelf, and, you know, there's a little something that I made. And she was like, not having any of it. She had to have her designer stuff. And I was kind of, it's her office. God bless. She could do anything she wanted. But it was all these little aggressions of microaggressions. And when I decided to leave was when she said, well, uh, oh, let me add this part of the story. And I'm sorry if I'm droning on, but it'll make sense of it. So she was charging me a certain amount to rent this room. And in fact, she said I had the whole office for the days that she wasn't there. So she was there Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I was there Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. And then I told her, I said, really, I'm only using 1 room, so I don't need to pay for the other 2 rooms. She goes, great, I will rent it to somebody else. So she brought us somebody else in, and it was also not very kind. I mean, who screams and yells with one of their clients when I'm having a session behind closed doors for like 30 minutes? And then she didn't even apologize for being a jerk. But landlady, I thought, you know, I'm going from having the entire office for this amount to having a third of the office. And I thought certainly my rent would be cut in half. It was not. And I'm like, dang. But you know, when you are the landlord, you kind of rule the school. And again, I had some fatigue issues, so I didn't have a lot of fight in me. And so I was like, fine, okay, I'll just have to work harder. I'll just have to see a few more clients, and then it'll make up for this. And so then she wanted to have a meeting between me and this other provider. just to sit and see how we're doing. And I used as an opportunity for me to sit and see how I was feeling about things. And I was like, I don't really feel so good about this. And I thought about some of the things that had gone on and some other things. And, it just didn't feel welcome, just didn't feel like I mattered, like I was somehow in the way. And y'all know me, I'm a big old empath. Um, I bring healing, love, and light to the world, and I need some place where I can grow and blossom. And so this past week, I went to a taping of The Price is Right. Hysterical. Um, uh, just seeing the behind the scenes thing. And I was there with 22 gals that I network with, which is just hysterical. And there was a lot of activity, and we danced and sang and just generally had a great time. For me, it was a little bit of sensory overload. So here 3 days later, I'm still recovering a little bit. But so one of my friends from the group drove a bunch of us there, and she had dropped something off for me at this office. And she said, did the gal you share office space with, did she tell you about what happened when I came to drop off your item? And I said, no, she didn't say anything about it, just that here it was. And she said, oh, well, I went in and asked for you, and my landlord told my friend she never heard of me. She didn't know what she was talking about. She didn't know. She was like, there's nobody by that name here. And my friend said, grabbed one of my business cards, which was on the desk. She goes, this person right here. And she shows my former landlord my business card. So like, and she was, oh yeah, her. Oh yeah. So we're talking about betrayal. And I had already told her ick. I already told her that I was gone, but I didn't know the story until after I had found a new office space. But it was just such a gut punch. I'm like, really? Ugh. And it's her freaking stepson that did the hinky job for me. And I'm like, man, apple falling from the tree. Like, you guys just have no integrity. And again, and I've known her for 14 years. It's just really, really hurtful. And then in a couple of other instances, and yeah, I'm yammering, but it is what it is for today. It's giving you an opportunity to run energy and sit with your own emotions. So as you know, I said on the podcast, I've had some health issues, and a few weeks ago, I got some news, and I got some preliminary diagnoses, and then, I need some further testing on whatever. And it was quite upsetting. It was quite upsetting. And so I called my daughter, and I got her voicemail, and I said, I'm really upset, and I could use some support. This is a lot, you know. And I didn't hear back from her for 4 days. And when I did, it was a text. And I was like, damn, like I'm practically crying on the phone to her saying, I'm scared. I got some stuff going on. I could use your support. And she responds with a text. And I said, and I just said, she goes, well, is everything okay? And I said, well, it's a lot. 100%. And so that feels like a betrayal because, when she was in a car accident a couple years ago and she called in the middle of the night, I got up, I took the phone call and I helped her manage. I got her an attorney, I got her health care, I was like, you know, I'm here for you. I got you. And I wasn't even asking her for that. I just wanted some support. And then that led to me thinking about um, other times I've been betrayed. A few years back, my office manager for many, many years ago reached out to me on LinkedIn and she said, I want to apologize for me and this doctor that was supposed to buy your practice and he didn't buy your practice. He just stole it out from under you and took all your clients, took all your patients, opened an office across the street, and left you with no form of income to take care of your then 5-year-old daughter. Um, and to which you eventually had to file bankruptcy. But, 20 some odd years later, my bad. And, and it got me thinking, again, as a small business owner, that we work really hard. We work incredibly hard. And I raised a kid mostly by my own. My other numero uno betrayer is coming up, and you've heard from her before, heard about her before. But when we're struggling, when we're just working so hard to put food on the table, and you steal an entire practice from me, that not only guts me, but I didn't have the time to mourn that. I didn't have the time to grieve that. No, when you're a small business owner, you got to just, wrap up that bloody stump and get back on the line. That's a meat packing plant injury metaphor. Anyway, and so I had an opportunity to kind of sit with that. Like I said, that was a few years back. But it was, another one of these cases of not just betrayal, but abject betrayal. And of course, the biggie is my mom and how she elbowed her way in to the relationship with my daughter. Worse than I thought not having my daughter's father around was okay because having no influence was better than having a bad influence. But in that absence, my mother elbowed her way in and was just horrible. Horrible. It'd be one thing if she was just like, I'm just going to be a busybody and help you out. And I'm like this. No, she went on a DEFCON 9, destroying my self-esteem, my self-worth. I'm not a very good mother. If I just had a regular job, I would have insurance for my kid and I wouldn't have to work all these long hours. Even though I'm genuinely helping people, God forbid. But moreover, she did the same thing to my kid. My beautiful, talented, wonderful, smart daughter still isn't operating at the level of self-esteem that I tried to instill in her. And I guess you can't teach somebody to be, proud, rocking, 10 foot tall and bulletproof if you've got a devil on your own shoulder that says, no, you're not good enough, you're not smart enough, you're not thin enough, you're not pretty enough, you're not all of the things. And that too is part of why I do the work that I do, because I know that I'm not alone. I know that I'm not the only person that has a parent or a significant or somebody in their life that just made it a mission to destroy them from the top down and from the inside out. And um, and that was a betrayal, because that was my parent. That was the person that I trusted, that I learned from, right? Anyway, and then to round out, um, the sense of being betrayed. And I know I'm yammering on, and thanks for listening. With these various injuries that I've had, and just not recovering like I used to, it's like my body's betrayed me. And I'm like, oh, just not more thing. Anyway, so I've showed my heart to you all today. I've told you my story and what's bothering me, what hurts. And now I'm going to show you what I do about it, which is lean into it. I lean into that darkness. I lean into that pain. I lean into that suffering, that betrayal, that hurt, that oh, what are some of the other emotions on my wheel of emotions? When you just feel gutted, shocked, gobsmacked that somebody would do that. And so some of these injuries are old. They're old. They're chronic illnesses, as we say in the medical field. And some of them, as I just explained, are fresh. But the modus operandi for the healing is the same. So we're going to sit with it, and we're going to say hello to it. And we're going to go through all the chakras, which ones got beat up by these betrayals. And we're going to look at the betrayal as what it is. It's an energy, it's an insult, it's something set to harm us, to knock us down a peg, if you will. And then from that point, we're going to tap into the God of our heart and reacquaint with the beauty that we are, that with the brilliance that we are, that we have a commonality between those of us that have been injured, and collectively we can help one another look to the light, heal, grow, change. So if you haven't picked up a tissue yet, go ahead. And yes, it's hard always having to be the bigger man, but here we go again. So we'll take a short sponsor break, and then we'll jump into a pretty massive healing. What do you say? All righty, welcome back. So everybody, if you would find yourself in a comfortable seat or lay down, wherever you need to be, so that you could be fully relaxed. And since this is kind of a juicy topic, you might want to have a tissue on hand, something to drink. Take a deep, deep breath in. Let it go. Do that again. Take a deep, deep breath in and let it go. With every natural breath, allow yourself to just settle in to wherever you're sitting or laying. Just get comfortable. And imagine that with every natural breath, the muscles in your body soften and relax. Imagine the muscles at the top of your scalp soften and relax. Release all of their tension. The muscles of your face, your jaw, small muscles around your eyes. Allow them to soften and relax. The muscles in the back of your head, the back of your neck, top of your shoulders. Allow them to soften and relax. The muscles of your upper arm, your forearms, your hands, even the tiny muscles in your fingers. Allow them to soften and relax, releasing all their tension. And imagine, just imagine that your arms are heavy. And you may even say, my arms are heavy. My arms are heavy. And allow your heavy arms to just sink into the chair or wherever you're laying, allowing you to get more and more relaxed, allowing the tension to just drain out of the muscles in your upper back, your chest, your side body, allowing the muscles of your abdomen, your lower back to soften and relax, allowing the muscles of your hips, your thighs to soften and relax. Even the muscles of your shins, your calves, your feet, even the tiny muscles in your toes, allowing them to soften and relax. And perhaps you even allow your legs to get heavy, allowing you to sink comfortably wherever you sit. And maybe you even say out loud, my legs are heavy. My legs are heavy. Allowing you to get heavy and relaxed and just sink down, 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 deeper down into relaxation, quiet, peaceful, safe. And as you allow your body to get relaxed, heavy, sinking into the chair, quiet, peaceful, safe. Draw your attention to the chair or the bed that you're laying on. And notice that it supports you, supports the weight of you. And allow yourself to be supported. Allow yourself to be supported. Like the universe is always here to support you. Even and maybe especially in times when you're hurting. And imagine that you can go down, down, deeper down into the comfort, the chair, the bed that you're laying on. And you're getting heavier and heavier and just sinking into place. As if you're sinking into a comfortable, nurturing hug. That the God of your heart has wrapped you in his or her arms, holding you close, allowing you to heal from the inside out, from the top down. And as you allow yourself to get heavier and heavier where you lay, going down, 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 deeper down, down into metaphorical terra firma, Mother Earth. As you allow yourself to ground, be a point of light in the center of your head. Be a point of light as if you're looking out from behind your closed eyes. Be a point of light in roughly the space of the pineal gland, if you're familiar. In that center of your head, that point of light is the center of your sixth chakra, your knowingness, your intuition, that place where you can look at information from a place of neutrality. And go ahead and be in your bubble. What color is your bubble today? Any color but black or white. And for today, whatever color you choose, put a little gold fairy dust in there. Gold is the highest vibration of the colors. Give you a little more nurturing protection. This is your energy field, your light field, your aura. It's around you always, whether you pay attention or not. Then imagine a tube of light the same color as your bubble that connects from the base of your spine all the way down to the center of the earth. And allow yourself to be tethered, grounded, stationary. And know that this grounding cord is also a garbage chute to help you offload anything, any thoughts, any energies, any old wounds that you're ready to let go of. So take a few breaths, being in the center of your head, grounded in your bubble. Whatever color feels good on your body, with a little gold fairy dust for extra healing. And be in the center of your head, grounded in your bubble. And on the outside of your bubble, write the word betrayal. Just see it hovering out in space. And as you look at the word betrayal, notice in your physical body where it lights up. You might feel tingling or warmth or discomfort. You might feel nauseous. You might feel nothing at all. Whatever is your answer is your answer. And as you look at the word betrayal, allow yourself to see all the memories around times when you experienced betrayal. Stay in the center of your head, stay in your bubble, and perhaps increase the girth of your grounding cord by 10%. Help you feel 10% more grounded. You may notice some emotions coming up, and that's perfect. If it becomes too much, go ahead and turn this off and come back to it later. But stay in the center of your head, and you're just looking at the word betrayal. And putting it on the outside of your bubble gives you a little neutrality, a little distance, a little space. And then when you're ready, and you see that word floating in space, maybe change the font. Maybe if it was just written, maybe imagine that it's written in cursive or script. Maybe it's bold. Maybe you make the font bigger or smaller. Maybe you change the color. But switch up the word betrayal as you see it, hovering in space on the outside of your bubble. And we do this because betrayal can show up in many different forms. And from the center of your head, you can see it. And it's still betrayal. Could be big, could be little. It allows you to increase your certainty, your discernment for the concept of betrayal and all the different ways it may show up or present to you. Stay in the center of your head and just watch it on the outside of your bubble. And notice what you feel in your physical body. And if you feel any discomfort in your physical body, give that discomfort a color and invite that color to move out of your bubble, out of your body. Stay in the center of your head. Turn your analyzer all the way down. And then imagine from the center of your head, you could look inside your bubble and see if there's any leftover betrayal energy. It might look like the word betrayal. It might just look like globs of color that are not yours. Just allow yourself to push that energy out of your bubble. And once again, just sit with the idea of betrayal. And notice what you notice. Now that we've moved a lot of the energy, does it still feel as intense? Does it still feel as painful, as uncomfortable? We'll spend another few breaths just looking at the word betrayal and seeing where it lights up in our bodies. And now go ahead and take the word betrayal and just blow it up. It's not there anymore. And on the outside of your bubble and not touching your bubble, stay in the center of your head. Take a big deep breath and let it go. And on the outside of your bubble and not touching your bubble, create a bouquet of roses. One rose for every person that you've encountered that you feel has betrayed you. or you can just do one big old bouquet that's just generic and it represents anybody that's betrayed you. There are no wrong answers. So as you allow yourself to sit with this bouquet and imagine the individuals or a generic pile of people that have betrayed you, when you have that bouquet just the way you like it, allow that bouquet to draw any energy that's left in your space from these situations or these individuals. Again, the analyzer is way off. Just if so-and-so hurt you in the past, draw that energy out if there's any left in your space. And make sure you spin around and they get the energy from the back of your bubble, because that stuff likes to hide. And draw out anyone's energy that's still in your space that you've been holding consciously or otherwise. And let them all have their energy back. And draw it into this big old bouquet. Then intend that as that energy is being drawn into this bouquet, that you are completing any karma, any agreements that you had with these individuals, whether it was from a week ago or decades ago. Whether these individuals are even still in their bodies. And when you're ready, take that bouquet and fling it to the far edge of the universe and just blow it up. And those people can have their energy back if they so choose. And you might notice that you feel a little emotional. You might notice that you feel a little lighter, that maybe you're a little happier. And again, you can do this exercise as many times as you need. You can listen to this episode as often as you like. So be in the center of your head as a point of light. Be in your bubble, your energy field, and be grounded to the center of the earth. And whatever color your bubble is, intend that there's a little bit of gold fairy dust in there for an added boost of healing. And from the center of your head, look up into the heavens and grab up some cosmic energy. Give it a color, any color but white or black. And draw that energy into the top of your head, down the back of your head, down your back, all the way down to the base of your spine, where it makes a U-turn and it comes up the front of the body, running through all of your chakras, giving them all a healing, a clean out. The first chakra, the energy center that corresponds with our basic needs: food, water, air, shelter, finances. Somebody stole from you, betrayed you in business probably affected your first chakra. Your second chakra, just below the belly button, is our relationship space. So clean out the second chakra from any residue of having relationships where you were betrayed. And then run that cosmic energy up through your third chakra, your power center. Sometimes we end up feeling powerless after someone harms us. It's quite literally an energetic gut punch. Give it a healing with some cosmic energy. Flush out any old hurts, any old stale energy in your third chakra. And then run that energy up through your heart chakra. That part when we get heartbroken when somebody betrays us. Draw that energy up to our fifth chakra, finding our voice, cleaning out our communication space, asking for what we need, saying no when it's appropriate, and drawing that cosmic energy up into your sixth chakra, where you are hovered there as a point of light. Run that cosmic energy through your sixth chakra, cleansing, updating, improving your sense of self, your sense of discernment, being impartial, using your skills, your tools. And then run that cosmic energy out the top of your head, cleansing your crown chakra, the connection with the God of your heart, that entity, however you see it, that tells you you are perfect, you are wonderful, you are created from all that is good. And that connection, the universe is conspiring to support you. The universe has always got your back. And as you run your cosmic energy, improving the connection to the God of your heart, being connected with spirit, healing all of your energy centers. From the center of your head, look down to the center of the earth and grab up some earth energy and bring it up through all the layers of the earth into the feet chakras and run that energy up the legs, into the lower back, and back down the grounding cord. As you can clean out your earth channels, cleaning out that part of you that's ready to take a next step, moving forward with grace and ease. Healing any injuries of the lower limbs. That energy comes up through the feet chakras, runs up the ankles, the lower legs. I like to imagine it swirls around the knees, comes up the thighs, swirls around the hips, comes into the lower back and the first chakra, makes a U-turn and goes right back down the grounding cord. And as you allow yourself to run earth and cosmic energy, cleaning out and healing on another layer, those wounds, those injuries, allowing you to safely lean into those hurts, lean in to what you're feeling around being betrayed. And when you're ready, take a big deep breath, open your eyes, come back to the room. Thanks for listening, everybody. This was kind of a yammer, but it was kind of big and juicy. And I appreciate you going on this ride with me. Please like and subscribe. Share these episodes with your friend. Leave comments if there's a topic or something that you would like a healing on. And you can always reach out. hello@drcynthiasmith.com. Thank you. Have a wonderful day. Bye for now.